Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first 2022 product webinar from AppFollow. We're excited to have all you guys here. And yeah, welcome to a brief, short, condensed, but very heavy and informational, with a lot of information added to this session today. With me today, I have Valeria, who is our customer support manager. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. Very nice to meet you. Possibly some of you have already met me in our chat or via email. So either me or my nice colleagues have been answering your questions. And hopefully today, this webinar will be very useful and will highlight some insights that will work well for you.
Cool. Thank you, Valeria. And just a brief introduction. I haven't met that many of you yet. I started last year as a product marketing manager, and I can't wait to share these informations and these features with you. So just a brief information. Why is it that we're here? Obviously, it's a new year. There's a new set of features that we would like to introduce to you and make sure that you get a really good introduction to how to using it the best possible way. As all of you guys know, AppFollow is an amazing platform that supports mobile teams across the world from the entire life cycle perspective, enabling you to unlock user insights, better inform the roadmap, and take actions on the insights, and obviously use and utilize all that to grow and scale. So in this webinar, we will cover an amazing amount of features and functionalities. Valeria will demo the different features and also tell you a bit about what are the values. But the objective of this session is to give you a better overview across all the features that are released, and a lot of them will help you get a better overview of your key metrics. It will also help you understand your users better and then monitor the performance of your support automation workflows. And I'm especially very keen on showing you that amazing feature, which is called automation performance, obviously because that's an amazing feature, an inspiring feature that can help you monitor the effect of your automation. And on that note, how the webinar will work is obviously that we will demo the features. And if you have questions along the way, feel free to ask them in the question tab, just right down in the right corner, where we have an amazing team sitting behind the scene, being ready to answer the questions, but also make sure that Valeria and I get the questions when it makes sense. So let's go. On to you, Valeria.
Hey, guys. Very happy to meet you all here. So I would like to start with our freshly released page, Home Hub. It is like an ecosystem of all the products, all the pages that we have. It will give you a nice brief summary of what's going on with your application or even with your competitor's application, if you will. And also this page will highlight briefly the main pages and assist you to open them in the menu accordingly. If the features are activated on your account, then you will see everything. If something is locked, then possibly the integration or some extra access is required. We plan to make it a start page soon, so hopefully this will be useful. Let me show you a small live demo version of it. So as you see here, we have all the main features highlighted, like ratings, reviews, feedback, insights. If the app has been ranked in any country, then you will see the information here as well. Also the main countries and the numbers for downloads, the sources of downloads, and the most valuable keywords. And as always, we have this filters above, which will help you to pick either an application or a coding date range, or even a country if you're interested in more detailed view and if you'd like to get some more insights about certain country. From this page, you can easily navigate to other pages. Just click on full report and the coding page will be opened. And also you can set alert if needed to be notified if something changes on this according part of a product. So I hope it is very nice, and I would appreciate it if you give it a try and share the feedback with us.
That looks really good, and a great way of starting to see and follow your metrics. And on that note, what is very important when you have an app is obviously to track your metrics very closely. Be sure to always keep an eye on them, but more importantly, utilize all the feedback that you have and that you get to work more effectively with these insights. And what you are going to show here, Valeria, is some amazing features highlighting how you can utilize the insights and the feedback that you're getting.
Exactly. So now we're getting to the reviews section of our product. And one of the freshest things that we have released is actually a phrase analysis based on our semantic analysis. Here you are able to track not only words, but even phrases, 2, 3, or 4 words, and to analyze the reviews that have these words. It's important to understand that the sentiment score is based on the wording only, not on the rating. So you can even compare whether or not the mood of the reviews meets the rating of the reviews. You can track some main trends. You can, on time, find whether or not some critical things are happening, whether or not certain complaints, are just come to your application more often. This would be a nice source of feature requests, of bug reporting, and also of inspiration, because if you receive some nice feedback, this is always a pleasure to notice it on time. So let's have a small demo here too. So this is how it looks like on the real life account. Of course, to have this feature, you will have to activate the semantics on your account. If you have already, great for you. If not, just feel free to request a trial, for example. You see the combination of words that often are mentioned in the reviews. You see the sentiment, so it's the attitude, the mood, not the rating. You see the amount of reviews, the text that may be applicable that are applicable for this review, and also the trend of the rating. So if something is critical is going on, then you will you will see the tremendous change. And let's go further. The next thing, also related to the reviews and working with reviews, is text chart. So we have improved it recently, and now it has more information, and actually it now combines 3 different types of tags. The first one are manual tags, of course, then the tags that are applied with automation. I hope you all heard about it. If not, just feel free to give it a try as well. And also the sentiment tags, semantic tags, will also be analyzed on this page. Even if you do not use all of these tags on your account right away, still it will be useful for you to at least track the statistics for your manual tags. Again, let's try to see how it looks like in the real account. There are not that many here, but still the main idea is easy to understand. So you can track the necessary app, date range, pick the country if needed, or worldwide if you would like to have a bigger picture. You can see the amount of reviews that have been tagged recently, the percentage of reviews that have been tagged manually or with automation, the most popular tag, and also the most popular semantic tag, just to understand what's going on. And also below, even see the list of the tags, just to understand what happens and what tags are more commonly used and which tags are not used that often. And the last but not least here, in the review section, I would say, is this review status. So now you can have more help desk experience in AppFollow, because we've released the ability to apply statuses to the review. It can be either opened or reopened or closed. So open accordingly is just the new review, reopened is the updated review, and the closed review is the review that you have manually assigned as closed. Either you've replied to it, or you may just manually close it if you do not plan to to work with it. Also, with the bulk action, you can close, close, or do any other action, or reopen actually several reviews right away, which is very important if you see some typical reviews that you would like to cover fast and easy.
That sounds really cool, and a great way of efficiently managing all the reviews that you're getting or receiving. And on that note, going a bit into what you mentioned when you were presenting the text chart, or the revamped text chart, you mentioned that some of it was, or it was also highlighting the automation or the automated text. And that leads us very nicely to the next part, which is maybe, as Shakespeare would say, to automate or not to automate. Because we all hear a lot about automation at the moment, and it's very modern to automate as much as possible. But how do you really make sure that it makes sense to automate stuff? And that's the next feature that we want to share with you guys, is this great feature called automation performance, where you're actually allowed to monitor, or where you can monitor the performance of your automation. And as one of our customers are saying, we absolutely love this feature, and that's also why we want to highlight it today, obviously, and show it to you. So on to you, Valeria.
Yeah, okay. So automation performance page, it's a dedicated page to understand and analyze how your auto replies work, or auto concerns, because you can both auto reply and also send concerns using our automation tools. Probably you can notice that this page is pretty similar to agent performance, but while agent performance is dedicated to analyzing the agents performance, yeah, basically, but the automation is more about this particular part when you automate your work. So this can show you, well, how much time you've saved not doing it manually, because you will see the number of the reviews covered by automation. You can also track the reply effect, meaning whether or not the average rating increased or decreased after the reply, the amount of automatically published concerns. If the review is offensive or something, you can create rules that will send just automatically the concern to the stores, which stores will lately consider and possibly delete the review. So, and the percentage of the submitted ones and accepted, and also the automation percentage, just to see really how much time has been saved, how much time you've saved using automation, and how many typical reviews that could have been just covered by robots have actually been covered by the rules you have established. And also, it's a nice thing to track whether or not the automation you created cover, many cases, because obviously the bigger the percentage of automation usage, the better, the cheaper it is.
That sounds really cool. And on that note, I am spotting a really great question from a guy called Richard. Hi, Richard. Thank you for chipping in. Where you're asking if we're planning to make AppFollow into a help desk in the future. Obviously, no one can say where the future will bring us. But what I want to say for that question is that the reason for adding these abilities to change the status of the reviews is obviously because it's the way to really scale and make sure that you get the feedback and you extract the feedback that you get from these reviews and utilize it in your way of scaling and improving the performance of your app, is to take it and make sure that you have actually acted upon it as well. And that's why we are adding these different elements, so you can manage it more efficiently. But obviously, we also have integrations for the different help desks, so you can do it from a bigger perspective and a broader perspective.
From my side, I would comment, Richard, thank you, because our CEO would love your request. And also, if you could upload it in our feature request database, that could be great. If we can send the link after the call, just so you knew where to find this request and vote for it, because definitely this is a huge dream for us, but we have already discussed it, and each vote counts. So yeah, please do it. Thank you for the nice words.
And on that one, we are going to jump to the next feature, which is smart alerts. And that's a feature that a lot of you will already know. But what we've done is that we have revamped it and we've made it more efficient and better to work with. And on to you, Valeria.
Yep. Oh, so we've recently updated indeed the process of the notification sending that we had long ago, but obviously some things just need to be updated, and that is what we've done. Currently, we can cover 3 channels, so it's email, Slack, or Telegram, and there are several alerts available for you to receive, starting from basic, like receiving the reviews, and to the advanced ones, like receiving information about some certain reports, receive information about strikes of some information, and etc. We do hope that you will find it useful, and also the coming future, this will be our main focus, to make this feature stable and reliable, of course. So one moment, let me show you how it looks like on the real. So here it is. You see that there are different options here, and you can also see that you can set up each alert for several applications right away. Like here, you can choose the according channel that you would like to receive the alerts to. You can turn on and off the according things. You can also see the date of when the integration has been set up. You can also track whether or not some alerts have been sent via this notification. Here on the left, you can see the alerts themselves, the regular reports that are legacy now, but you may track the email that the reports that are set up on your account there. Delivery log that will just highlight whether or not certain alerts have been sent recently. It's not too detailed, but yet it is. It's just enough to understand whether or not the things are working, or if you must have received something, for example, recently. And the email reports, it's the old feature legacy that is still currently supported. But this smart alerts is the thing that will work much better in upcoming future, I believe. And also, if you'd like, we can just briefly see how the settings can be done. So you can choose an app or several apps from the same store. You can choose the type of report. Let's say we want to send reviews. Then you can choose the conditions. If you do not choose anything, then everything will be sent, but you can like say apply some details. Let's say we want to receive only 1-star rating, and then you choose here the channel that you would like to receive your notification to, and after everything is done, the alerts will start working. I do hope that this thing is very easy to set up. We did our best to do that, but yet if you have any questions, we have wonderful help articles with more details. So you're always welcome to check the details there.
Well, based on what you just showed, it looked really easy to set up. But obviously, if there's any difficulties, we have a great team that's ready to answer your questions. And on that note, we will jump to the last feature that we will not show, obviously, because revenue is often tied with some secret numbers and things that aren't really shared in the public. But what we want to show you and talk about here is the new downloads and revenue page and the improvements that we have made on that specific page.
Well, yeah, so this part will be only demonstrated on the slide, as you obviously understand that the information behind it is private and hidden. So just let me remind you about the advantages that we have and, well, what the page was dedicated to. First of all, of course, it's to track everything in one place, because you can track both App Store and Google Play applications and main metrics like downloads or revenue and stuff at one place. Also, this is much more friendly than the information provided in the stores, because the reports there are not that easy to use. The last but not least, here we start collecting the data, and since you probably know, for example, App Store stores only last 365 days. So once you set up integration with AppFollow, we start storing the data. So on the very next day, we're already, have more retrospective data than the store. And of course, the very important part that why we actually decided to highlight this page again here is that we've improved it, and now it works better and faster with big amount of apps. So if it's even 50+ applications, the page will load and show everything, and also the periods, like a year or so, can be covered on this page, which makes it really easy to track the main metrics.
Thank you. Looks really, really great. And that, guys, was actually it from our end. I can see that we have a lot of amazing questions coming in. And I'm thinking that we will just start from the very get-go. At least I spotted one that was interesting in regards to review status. And the question is from Katharina. Asking if it's possible to change review status in bulk if reviews from several apps are displayed on the page.
Absolutely, yes. So you can pick the necessary reviews with bulk action, and then just do the according action, either reopen it or close, for example. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I see a nice question from Natalia about the alerts and featured reviews. Yes, there is an option to choose the featured reviews only to receive them. So I can even do a very quick sharing here to show where you can find it when you set up conditions. That's it. So here we go. You see the type is, it can be either featured or updated. So if you pick up featured reviews only, then you will receive the notifications when we identify certain featured reviews, certain featured review.
Cool. And then, guys, behind the scene, can you pull up some of the questions that we haven't covered yet?
I saw a good question about the action points starting from the Home Hub page. Yeah, sure. First of all, Home Hub page is dedicated to show you the usage of your AppFollow account, because you will easily see if some functionality is available for you that possibly you haven't tested yet. Let's say, I don't know, like we can track the new ratings for Google Play with the integration set up, and you will see that the integration is not set up, then something is definitely there that you can maybe receive usage from. So that's the first thing. And second is you will be able to open the according page right away by clicking on view the report. So they're not, I would say, not action buttons are available on Home Hub, but yet this page will assist you to understand what to do further.
Yeah, great way to spotting if there's any issues or anything that you need to really take care of.
Exactly. And also, all the new things or the new stuff that we will be releasing will be available there. It's a nice place to track naturally whether or not we've released some new features, and so it will even be, I think, less interruptive, but when you're ready to see it, you will see it.
Yeah, you will see it. Yeah. Cool. So one question that just arrived is, hello, a few questions. The first one, are there any plans in the near future to integrate Steam platform? And I can answer that quickly. We're looking into it already. The second question is, do you plan to bring any advanced auto translation solutions for help us reply to reviews in users' own language?
So am I right to understand that you would like, let's say, to reply in English and for the reply to be auto-translated? If yes, actually for both of your points, you're more than welcome to open our feature request tool. It's in the bottom right corner, if I'm not mistaken, the canny, where you can either suggest new features or find a new one. For example, I would say that the reply translation is already there, so you can just vote. Currently, our point is that we will be obviously using the third-party services, and it will be just so important for that third-party service to be reliable, so that your reply is translated exactly as it should be, right? So it will take a lot of time for us to investigate, to find the reliable thing, and to test it and to follow. So yes, please do vote for this, and we will make it high in our priority list, but no ETAs yet, no exact dates, if this is the question.
Makes really good sense. It was a good question. Do we have any more coming our way? Sorry, I may have missed this part. No worries. Does the phrase analysis feature work for all languages or only English?
Should be all languages available for semantic analysis. They're not activated altogether. I think that they're like groups and regions of the languages, but we do cover a lot of them, so that should be available according semantic analysis is available.
Cool. And is there any possibilities to configure AppFollow for our keyword tracking for one app, not to be seen in another app that we have?
Well, you can create different workspaces, I suppose, and, for example, work with one app and according keywords in one workspace, and dedicate the other workspace for other needs, other apps, or whatever it is. So I think, yeah, the right combination, the right setup of workspaces could help you here. You can even limit, the access of other users to according workspaces. So I think that could be the answer to that. You may try to find the workspaces word in our help center, and it will show you all the help articles, and I hope that you will find the instructions and answer there.
Cool, great one. And it looks like we have time to take one or two more questions. So if there is any, let's have it. It sounded very definitive. Cool.
It looks like we've covered them. Either we answered live, or our teammates helped in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, there's one. Oh, did you cover the one with receive notifications specifically for featured types of reviews?
Yep. That's the part when I showed the screen. Any API updates? Good one.
Yeah, we're actually working on that one. And if you want to be part of testing it, feel free to reach out, and we'll get you in touch with the right team.
Yep.
Will there be any possibility to see a dashboard to visualize the most impacted devices with the lowest rating during the period?
The most impacted devices. Sorry, I will have to read it just to understand. Dashboard to the most impacted devices. So you mean that the reviews that have been left with low rating from certain devices?
Could be.
Well, currently I could suggest just possibly a workaround, to manually filter the reviews on reply to reviews page, but this can definitely be submitted as a feature request, so we could check that. Obviously, most likely this relates to Google mostly, because with App Store there is no information about the device, but with Google by API, I believe we do receive it. So yes, that could be a nice feature request. Feel free to share it. I don't think I have never heard anything about that in our upcoming plans, so just feel free to bring it up.
Yeah. And how does AppFollow measure the effectiveness in keyword section?
Okay, so there are three items there, like popularity, difficulty, and effectiveness. Popularity for App Store gathered from search ads, so there is no questions there. Popularity for Android, we calculated ourselves using the different parameters, and same with effectiveness and difficulty. So we have this huge formula that includes different parameters, like the amount of applications, the whether or not the keyword is a brand name, right? So all the parameters we combine and try to calculate the reliable metric. From our side, I can say that we do have our own ASO team who use this functionality as well. So there is it's obviously a need for us to make it reliable. I don't think that we can share the formula or some extra details, but for you to understand, all the metrics or the amount of applications, the popularity and effectiveness are included in the popularity and difficulty are included in effectiveness, whether or not the keyword is branded, so yeah, and also it depends, I think, on the category and stuff. So many of different parameters with different has different value and are included in the formula.
That was a nice answer. Thank you. I learned a lot there already. Cool. And on that note, we will say thank you to everyone that participated today. If you have any questions that arise after this session has ended, feel free to reach out to your dedicated customer success manager or our support team. We're more than happy to help. Thank you for tuning in, and have a nice evening or a nice day.
Yeah, thank you. I see another question. Do we have time for that? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like a lot of thumbs up. Yes, we can take another question.
Okay, false alert. No, we didn't finish.
We're not leaving yet.
Okay, so do we track to success providing our performance? So replying and deleting reviews after our support. So this is a pretty tricky thing, but what I can say is that we do plan to implement some functionality to synchronize the deleted reviews. Currently, what we do is if the review has been deleted before you try to answer, and when we try to pull the answer to the store, we see that the review is deleted and we mark it as deleted in our system. But obviously, the thing that you're talking about is you want to know if the review has been removed after you have replied, yeah? For that, we're trying to find the ideal solution, because synchronizing a huge amount of reviews, and you obviously understand that we collect the review to our database, and to check every update on the review, we just have to send multiple requests to the store to see what the status is of the review. And obviously, it will take a lot of resources on our side, and obviously, we want to make it more, not to make it more expensive for us to synchronize it, but yet to provide some functionalities for that. So this is a very tricky thing. We're trying our best to identify the nice option for that. So yes, we do. But no, there is no ETA yet, because this is a very complex task. I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Yay.
Looks
like we did it.
Yeah. Okay. And Kama, if we send a follow-up message or something, please provide the link to our Kenny, so all the feature requests that have been highlighted during the session could be added there as well. This will be much appreciated. Thank you, guys.
You will. Thank you for all your great questions and participation. See you.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye-bye.